Hey guys, in this JavaScript tutorial, I'm going to show you how to convert string to a number. So let's say I have a string that represents some number, let's say 100. So how do I convert that to an actual number? I'll create a new variable and I'll use the number constructor. This is the function that creates a numeric value. So if we pass a string to it, it's going to try its best to convert that to whatever it thinks that number is in string format. I'll use the type of function to identify the value's type. So as you can see, the number in string format was converted to a number. Another way of doing that is you can use parse int function. So it's going to do the same thing. It's going to try to kind of guess what that number is and try to convert it. And for the decimal point numbers, you have parse float. If you have a whole number, nothing's really going to be different. But let's say if we add .10 here, it's going to interpret it as a floating point number with one trailing decimal point. When working with strings in JavaScript, if you try to add use the addition operator on two strings, it's actually going to add the strings themselves. So you see 100 is still a string value. And the same is going to happen if you replace those values with string literals. So again, you're going to see 100 concatenated to each other. It's still a string. But if you use the subtraction operator, you'll actually see that it's working as numbers. So under the hood, when you use a minus operator, it's actually going to do the numeric operation on those values. The plus always concatenates strings, but the minus is actually going to, in this case, produce 400. That's basically because JavaScript is designed to do the best thing possible in that situation. Otherwise, it doesn't really make any sense to subtract a string from another. But if they're numbers, it kind of makes sense to try to at least convert those values and see if they're numbers, and then subtract them if that's possible. This is basically to avoid bugs. Imagine if some value returns for some reason in string format, but it's actually should be a number. And in that case, JavaScript will try to do some work for you. Otherwise, you will just have to convert it on your own. But at least in that case, your program will not crash. And I guess it's pretty much the basics of working with strings and numbers. I'm not going to go any deeper into this because I think people who are searching how to convert string to a number are looking for this information at its basic level just to figure things out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.